Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans.
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Past the 20. 5, touchdown, Houston. A big play there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. On the return is Jones. Well, that looked for a second like he might take... They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to...
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans take a 3-touchdown lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it.
So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Richardson looking to throw this. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Richardson working from the gun. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jones. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 55 yards. And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half. Time now to see what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Richardson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. You call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here's Jones on the return. "21 yards. Well done on the return."
And the Texans will take over.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Quiddy Pay
Has now recorded 10. Sacks on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do it. I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago. And another one right here. Oh, he's feeling.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there as the 1st half is winding down.
And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the 1st half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin just up the road right here in Florida, an AFC South matchup between Tennessee and Jacksonville. And this is a 4-point game as they've gone to the locker rooms for halftime. The Titans trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Malachi Corley, a touchdown reception.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the score. In motion right, that's Collins. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, they'll throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now this one complete on the slant route. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. Richardson looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Christian Harris picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. Jones on the return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll let this go deep for Collins. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to the...
All right, this defense back out there with the lead and also with a shutout intact as they look to finish this off in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10, it's Richardson. He finds his man, complete. That's Ramirez. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And Richardson back to throw it. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. And running with power here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him. And
the Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. That's going to be taken in by Downs. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
We knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here is third and quite a ways. Now it's Richardson.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fielded at the 33. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over first and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And they just continue to roll right along, really.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the...
This defense back out there with the lead and also with a shutout intact as they look to finish this off in the fourth quarter.
Richardson to the air on first down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Now a second and 10.
Back to throw. Richardson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for the Texans, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew.
From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there on the first play of the game. 53 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He'll look to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Touchdown! Dalton Schultz
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Texans march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first, an ideal drive. We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. On first down, it's Kelly.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the...
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 31 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point of minute.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
3rd and 2.
Play action, it's Kelly.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the gun, Kelly. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
A play fake. Now Kelly. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
On 1st and 10, Kelly. The left side completion to Jones. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down. To throw, Kelly. Complete to Jones. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's Kelly. And that is incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not.
Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Jones.
That is incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll let this go deep for Collins.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Now a first down throw. Kelly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Kelly.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Titans. Going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Kelly.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd down, Kelly. Catch made right side by Wilson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will remain. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking downfield for Jones. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 61 yards.
And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touch.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now Kelly. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Kelly to throw.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now Kelly. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Will Anderson
with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Jones now on the return.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards. first down. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of...
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Kelly. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. To throw is Kelly. On the left side, a catch by White. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
Time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up. So this offense will head back out there. They're in excellent field position after the fumble recovery. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And give him out, and the blowout continues.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
He completes it right side to right. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Kelly to throw.
Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Kellen.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Going right back to Wilson.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Houston,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Titans,
this loss will mean they finish the season on the wrong side.